All right, now let's talk about a guy who doesn't really get much hype at all. But honestly, in my opinion, he deserves a lot of respect. And the guy is Luca Marini. Now, he's obviously not the fastest guy in the grid. Everybody knows that. He's not lighting up the timing screens, fighting for podiums. But here's the thing. He's doing something that's, in my opinion, arguably just as important, especially for Honda right now, which is a team that's trying to develop their bike and make their bike faster. He finishes races, he gathers data. And in the heavy, development heavy team like Honda is in right now, this is honestly all they could ask for. They don't need a rider who crushes out so much, pushing for, let's say, P10, P8, P5 maybe. They need someone who'll bring the bike home, who log laps in, and test the parts, most importantly, so that he can give the engineers feedback to actually work on in the future for the bike. And I think Luca Marini is that guy. He's consistent, he's patient, he understands, I don't know, but I think he understands the bigger picture. Even if he's finishing outside the top 10, this season, for example, he's finishing in the points very consistently. He's doing laying the groundwork for the future, for improving the bike in the future. He's helping, I think, shape the bike into becoming a better bike, and not just trying to go fast and maybe crash the bike at the end of the races. You look at some other riders in the same garage, Joan Mir. He's fast. Obviously, he's much faster than Luca Marini. He's a former world champion, but he crashes a lot. I think there's a statistic that says he crashes almost 50% of the time when he's at Honda, which is not great when you want to develop your bike, because you need the laps, you need the data. So that's why what Luca brings is really important for Honda, in my opinion. He brings reliability, he brings structure, and he also brings a clear technical mindset. I think people honestly underestimate how mentally tough it is also for a rider like Luca, knowing that you're not going to fight at the top every race or even in any race, but still showing up every weekend, thinking about the long term, lugging the laps in, absorbing the pressure because he is Valentino Rossi's brother. But also, getting feedback to the team that can help them improve in the future. So obviously, no, Luca Marini is not a race winner right now, especially in a Honda. But for Honda trying to get out of the hole that they've been stuck in for a few seasons now, in my opinion, is exactly the kind of rider you want, leading the development. It kind of reminds me of Aleix Espargaro when he was first developing the Aprilia. He's not flashy, but he's essential for the team. But yeah, I thought I just wanted to talk about that. Let me know what you guys think. Does Marini get enough credit for the work he's done in Honda? Or is he the type of rider that value will only appreciate later on in his career? For example, like Aleix. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.